Hello and welcome. My name is Brenda if you're new here, and today is Friday the 13th of August, and it's also World Cross Stitch Day, so I hope you all are getting a lot of cross stitch in today, or just a little bit, any amount counts. um, I'm planning on getting some in and just enjoying my first World Cross Stitch Day. So this past week, not a lot's going on as usual for me, but my husband and I, we went down to the river and swam a little bit. It was nice. It was a nice, we've been talking about for a while going to the either river or the beach, and we just kept not doing that, and we finally did, and I think maybe we'll go again, a few more times soon. So I've also been trying to fix up some old chairs. I'll probably show you later after I get them done if it turns out well. So I've been sanding them down and getting the old paint off, and then I'm gonna stain them and see how that goes and cover them and all that. So and before I talked about playing a game, I know I usually talk about this at the end, but it's just a little tidbit. My husband and I have been kind of wanting to play another MMO game, and we've been looking and trying to find one, so we're going to try out Swords of Legends. So we downloaded that last night, and we're both looking forward to playing that together tonight. So yeah, it'll probably take away from stitching a little bit while we're playing that, but we've just been wanting to do that. So to the stitching, I got my stitching shelf in this week just a little bit. I was focusing on other things to get them done, but I did get 341 stitches in. I didn't quite complete the there's like different there's a jar of thread or something, I think, two different like little thread things at the bottom. I didn't quite finish them, but they're coming along. So that is where I'm in on that. So the next thing is the Bats and Booze SAL from Fat Quarter Shop. This one took me a while, which is why I didn't get as many in on the stitching shelf. So I got 1,192 stitches in on this. So the second part is complete. There's two more releases, so I think the next one is gonna be whatever's here in the center. So now I am caught up on that. I've enjoyed this one, it's cute. When I first started stitching it, when I was stitching the pumpkins, or the bats, I was switching the fabric around and doing them all like that, moving it and stitching it, but then when I was doing the pumpkins, I was noticing that the stitches weren't, the same. So I was like, oh. So for the pumpkins, I kept it always like this and stitched, and then stitched it sideways. So the bats the stitches are like that as they go, but it's fine. I figured with the black stitching it was a little bit harder to notice, which is why I didn't notice it. But with the pumpkins, they're all the right way. So the next thing is the Dogs of Disney Summer SAL. Today I think the last dog is going to be released, so I'll have a month until the Cats of Disney Autumn, I think is what it's called, starts, but I probably won't be able to start that when it starts since I have so many other SALs that I'm planning on doing. So I will eventually though. But I got 1,000, no, that was the bats. I got 658 stitches in and got Pluto in for this week. So there's Pluto. He's cute. So that's my dog for the week. I can't remember who is next. I think it's a little dog from Mulan, which is barely in the movie. I couldn't really remember him, but he's a little smaller. I think he is going to be a faster stitch, so we will see that for next week. And then the next and last thing I worked on was the frame for the cryptid SAL from Witchy Stitcher, and I got 1,379 stitches in on that. I think I did quite a bit of stitching this week. So I got the other side, well, the first side, I got the top and the side done. So the top last week, and then I got the side. All I have to do is, I hadn't done there's a little bit of stitching right here. So yeah, I can't see what I'm showing here. Moons, and I'm liking this one. So this is why I didn't get as much in on my stitching shelf, because both of these SALs was quite a bit of stitching to keep up. So yeah, that is that. I did buy a couple things this week. I was wanting to get the magazine from Just Cross Stitch, the Halloween special one, so I did end up ordering that. I've seen everyone showing the different patterns in it, and I really wanted to get it. I went to Michael's a couple weeks ago and they didn't have it, so I just ended up ordering it from 123stitch.com. And since I was ordering from them anyway, I ordered a little bit of fabric along with that. I have been trying to find some opalescent fabric for a while. Well, not find some. I've been debating on getting some. So since I was ordering that anyway, I got some 18 count opalescent. So nice and sparkly. I don't know what I'm going to use it for quite yet. I have an idea. That is that. So I was talking about last week that I wanted to dye fabrics for the SALs that I'm going to be doing in September when I start. So I did do that. I'll show you first. This one is for the Stitchonomy. I think that's what they're called. The Halloween. I can't remember the name, but I'll put it all in the description and on the screen. So I ended up dyeing this one with a tan, and I let it sit in the I just scrunched it all up and put it in a little container, like I think it's what's it called, like jar dye. I don't remember what it's called, but just scrunched it all up, and then I let this one sit. And it started off as oatmeal. I used oatmeal from Michael's and dyed it with the tan. So I just wanted to compare it with this one. I only let it sit for 15 minutes or so. So these are both dyed with tan, and I did it the same way. But this one I let sit for 30 minutes. So yeah, pretty interesting how different that is. So I'm hoping that this will work out for that SAL. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but I do like how this turned out. So the next one is from is it Stories Stitches? I think, but they're gonna have a Nightmare Before Christmas SAL. So I dyed this one with my first try at ice dyeing. So I used green, a teal, and purple. So that's what it's, you can kind of see it for this one. And then when I got it out from, you know, being done ice dyed, it was a little bit too pale here. So I ran just some teal dye, and I let it sit in some teal dye so that it would be a little bit more colored. So I'm pretty happy with that. I didn't intend for it to, you know, be so focused right here with the purple, but it should be fine. So yeah. And then the last one I dyed, this one is for the Oracle SAL Halloween one they have going on right now. It's on Facebook, Oracle SAL. So this one I think is 25 count Dublin linen, and I haven't used linen before, so I'm looking forward to trying it. But I dyed this one with purple, orange, and I put a little bit of gray so it wouldn't be such a harsh white. But for this one I was trying a different way. I scrunched up all the fabric and then I put it on like a little grate and made the dye, and I kind of just poured it over in certain spots. I didn't let it sit because I wanted it to be a light color. So then, you know, that dye ran off, and then I made up another color and did that, and this is what I came up with. So I'm pretty happy with how that is. So I just need to dye one more thing for the Taylor's Oldest Time SAL, which is on Facebook as well. But I have to get some 14 count for that one because that was what they recommended. So I will be doing that one, and I think for that I'm gonna do like pinks and purples and blues, I think. So I will try that one once I get that. So that's all I have as far as all my stitching and stuff. So I think that's actually all I've got. I didn't really watch anything of interest this week. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well and will have a wonderful World Cross Stitch Day. So I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.